Thank you, Tina. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to PEATC's Family Engaging Families webinar. I'm excited to be able to share a brief overview of the what and why of early childhood education and the importance of family engagement in early childhood. I'll also share a few easy and practical tips for both professionals and families on being involved and the strengths that we all bring to the table to supporting our children's education and development. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about PEATC for those of you who may not know. PEATC is a statewide nonprofit and the state's Parent Training Information Center for Virginia. We advocate for children who have disabilities, and our mission is to empower families to advocate for their child and to help parents of children with disabilities get the resource and information that they need to make informed decisions on navigating special education in Virginia. Our main office is located in Springfield, Virginia, and we have staff throughout the Commonwealth, from Southwest Virginia to the Shenandoah Valley, Northern Virginia, Richmond, and Hampton Roads. PEATC provides a number of services to families, including individual consultations, workshops, webinars, fact sheets, and resources on a variety of topics, ranging from early intervention, early childhood special education, behavior, Medicaid waivers, bullying prevention, family engagement, military family support, and much more. In order to support families in the Commonwealth, we partner and work with a number of national and state organizations. Within Virginia, we work with Virginia Department of Education to provide training and resources, and we partner with Taking Action for Special Kids, also known as TASK, to provide training and resources in the Southwest region of Virginia. We are part of a larger network of PTIs, Parent Training Information Centers, set and funded by the U.S. Department of Education Office of Special Education Programs. Virginia is one of 12 states in Puerto Rico in the Southeast and Mid-South region B. Virginia is the military technical assistance provider for the region. Parent to Parent of Georgia and Exceptional Children's Assistance Center in North Carolina both serve as the Parent Technical Assistance Center for the PTIs and Community Parent Resource Centers in the region. Now that we know who we are, let's dive into early childhood. Early childhood encompasses birth to age 8 and is defined in Virginia as preschool through 3rd grade. It is a critical time for child development. Children are learning a variety of academic and social emotional skills that they need throughout their lifetime. I've been asked, why does early childhood intervention matter to me and my child? Well, there are a number of reasons. The developing brain is most capable of change during the first 3 years of life. 90% of our brain growth happens in these first 3 years. Think about that for just a moment. 90% of our brain is developed before we enter kindergarten, which is often the first time that some of us ever receive a formal education. The quality of our early childhood experiences matter, both positive and negative. They help shape how our brain develops, and they have a lasting impact on our relationships, learning, behavior, and health. High-quality early intervention services, like those provided by Infant Toddler Connection Virginia, can change a child's developmental trajectory and improve outcomes for children, families, and communities. In 2017, a state-commissioned report indicated that children in the early childhood special education and early intervention programs demonstrated improvement in their social, emotional, cognitive, and self-care skills. Intervention is likely to be more effective and less costly when it is provided earlier in life rather than later. Acting early gives us a chance to receive appropriate interventions, and we're not trying to play catch up later in life. Children learn how to interact with others and with loving care and encouragement from their caregivers. This develops their social and emotional skills. Proper nutrition and health in early childhood leads to healthier long-term outcomes, and this is why programs such as Infant Toddler Connection, Healthy Families, and Women's Infants and Children, the WIC program, can be so important, and there are many others. Education in early childhood sets the foundation both academically and socially for lifelong learning and can better entire communities. This is why early childhood education is important. The National Center on Parent, Family, and Community Engagement created an Understanding Family Engagement Outcomes Research to Practice series. This is based on Head Start's Parent, Family, and Community Engagement Framework. This framework is a guide for collaboration among family and Head Start service providers and is an invaluable resource promoting positive outcomes for families. And I highly recommend to both families and early childhood professionals. In one of their series publications, Family engagement and school readiness. There are many great points that stand out. Here are two of them. The family is the primary force in preparing children for school and life, and children benefit when all of the adults who care for them work together. Family engagement in the preschool years builds on the first 3 years and is linked to children's success in kindergarten and beyond. So you may ask, where do I fit in? What is my role? Parents, learn how to advocate for your child. We are the experts on our children, and it is important to share knowledge with the team. Reach out to and utilize resources that are available for families, such as your child service coordinator if you're enrolled in early intervention, or PEATC to help you. If you don't know where to start, don't be afraid to reach out to other families for advice. Build your community of support. This could be social media groups, parent-teacher organizations. When your child is enrolling in daycare or school, research and visit to find which one will best accommodate your child's needs. Compile a list of questions and concerns that you have when you think of them, and reach out to your child's providers. Questions and concerns can be for your child's care provider, teachers, specialists, and/or doctors. Either way, it's important to compile a list so you don't forget what you want to ask. Then, of course, there's forgetting to ask, if you're like me. Do something that helps remind you. For example, I often use my phone notes app to jot down ideas or questions that come up, and I organize them based on who I need to ask. I know my phone will almost always be with me when I'm at a meeting or an appointment. So sometimes I'll set a phone reminder to go off when I'm there just in case I forget. I've put notes in my child's backpacks because I know I will see them when we're going to go through the drop-off morning routine. My family has even used Post-it notes on the front door at eye level. The key is doing what works for you and your family, and you might have to try several different things before figuring it out, and that's okay. Make all parties aware of what your goals are and your vision is for your child. Make sure that your child's medical, educational, and assessment records are accurate and up to date. And when going to daycare or school, discuss it with your child and begin preparing them to the best of your ability. Show videos, visual schedules, schedule a visit with a facility. Once there, ask your child about their day, what they did, how they felt, what were the best parts. It may have even been a challenging day. That's okay too. We all have bad days. The important thing is that we are there to listen, and hugs go a long way too. Ask the care provider or teacher to send home messages about what they did that day and any successes. This will help keep you in the loop and helps you talk to and/or understand what your child did. Some schools use apps like Seesaw to share messages, pictures, and videos with family. Professionals' role in family engagement is to provide training and education to staff prior to the child's arrival as necessary. Some of our children may have more complex needs, for example. Conduct a home visit or invite families to an informal get-to-know-you meeting or open house. Establish a reliable method of communication with families like a Seesaw app, communication log, and/or notes home. Provide opportunities for family involvement. Have mystery readers that include parents, siblings, and extended family during circle time. Have family pizza night, art shows, cultural events. Be creative and invite parents to share their ideas. Meet the family and child where they are and offer individualized support. Not all families may be able to participate in person due to a variety of factors, and it's important to be available and trustworthy. Open communication is key, and if you don't know something, don't be afraid to ask questions and/or research. Create an inclusive and welcoming environment and community. An inclusive learning environment is one where we all feel engaged and respected, and it creates a sense of belonging for all students, families, staff, with and without disabilities. The research of family engagement is grounded in honoring everyone's strengths and interests. It is important that we all embrace strength-based attitudes which recognize that all families have strengths that bring valuable insight and information to the table. That families are the first and most important teachers in their children's lives. That they are partners in education who play a critical role, and choices are rooted in their belief systems and cultures. This is why cultural competency is important. And recognizing that families have expertise. We know our children best, and as professionals, it's important to create a welcoming environment that draws on, respects, and values families' insight. Schools are our community hubs, helping build our greater sense of community. It's where our families and children should feel included and welcome and supported. Oftentimes we think of family engagement as just showing up at PTO or PTA events or volunteering in the classroom, going on field trips. However, there are many ways that parents are involved and ways our community and schools can encourage and support families of children with disabilities. Dr. Epstein is the director for the Center on School, Family, and Community Partnerships and a professor at Johns Hopkins. Her research has helped develop programs on family and community engagement linked to student success in school. Dr. Epstein developed a comprehensive framework defining 6 types of parent involvement to assist educators in developing family partner programs. This framework includes sample practices, challenges, redefinitions, and expected results for students, parents, and teachers. As parents, we know how busy our lives can be. As parents of young children with disabilities, we have the added challenges of navigating countless medical appointments, educating ourselves on diagnoses, education, insurance, therapies, etc. Fighting to access all of those things, juggling work and other family obligations with and without support, and somewhere in between, we squeeze in a shower and maybe some friends. The list goes on and on. So how do we engage on top of all the extra needs of our family? While this framework was developed to assist educators, it can help us think of ways that we as a family can be involved starting now in early childhood. It also shows us how much we are already involved. Parenting, we do this naturally in the day-to-day. Communicating, asking questions about what's going on at school, share information about what is happening at home that may impact our child's day and progress. Volunteering, this is probably the most common of involvement that people think of that supports our school goals and children's learning, not just at school or during the school day. It could be a field trip, extracurricular activity, after school program, or establishing a new school garden, for examples. Learning at home, ask teachers how you can incorporate what your child is learning at home. Decision making, share your expertise about your child with teachers and work together to be involved. Ask questions and share ideas. We may not be educators, speech therapists, or early childhood experts by trade, but we each have our strengths, insights to share, and experiences to draw upon. Share information and or resources you know about in your community. If your family notices that there is a resource or a service that's needed, share that information with others. You never know if someone else is filling or wants to fill that need and can help. Building a community of support for one another is how we are better together. To recap, communication is key. Oftentimes, the #1 barrier to supporting a child is communication breakdown and the unwillingness to listen to one another. Listen and ask questions. Professionals live and go through this routine every day. Parents may not know all the acronyms and lingo, particularly with parents of young children and or those new to a diagnosis, navigating resources in their community. Neither one wants to seem like they don't know the answers, but remember, we are better together, so ask questions. Everyone should be open to collaboration, both professionals, parents, medical providers, educators. Parents know their children best, and everyone on the team has expertise and strengths to help support their child. After all, it takes a village. Listen to understand cultural perspectives. Build a community of support. I know I've mentioned this a few times. Connect with others who understand and share similar challenges and experiences. And last, it is about the children and building a strong foundation for their lives. We are all interdependent, and it takes a community to raise a child in a safe, healthy, and loving environment. We are better when we all work together. Wanted to bring up a few resources and references as I discussed a lot about building your network and your community. So I've listed just there's quite a number of them, but I've listed a few that I think will help get us all started. The ARC of Virginia New Path program is a parent support network for families of young children with disabilities. They help connect parents with a child who has a similar diagnosis as their own and provides individualized resources to families. The Virginia Department of Education has a number of valuable resources on their website. Special education information for parents helps prepare families for special education in Virginia. They have what we call the Purple Book. The Parent's Guide to Special Education is filled with a variety of valuable information that will help you. VDOE's Virginia's Guide for Early Childhood Inclusion was designed to assist Virginia school divisions and early childhood communities in identifying, developing, and sustaining inclusive opportunities within high-quality early childhood programs for children with disabilities. The Virginia Family Special Education Connection includes information for families on physical, mental, and emotional development. Head Start's Early Childhood Learning and Knowledge Center also contains resources for both families and professionals. And then the link to the Epstein's framework for 6 types of involvement goes to an easy to understand and detailed snapshot of this comprehensive framework. You can also Google Epstein's 6 types of involvement. Remember that PEATC is here to help. If you or anyone you know has questions about family engagement and or special education in Virginia, Medicaid waivers, PEATC is here to help. We understand the process, the frustrations, the successes, and the challenges. All of us are dedicated and passionate about helping families of children with disabilities in the Commonwealth, and please feel free to contact any one of us.
Wow, what a great presentation. Kathleen, thank you so much for sharing your expertise.